We're gonna make a sweet and sour orange chicken stir fry. So this is what I'm using. You can use any kind of sauce, you can make your own sauce. We really like the sweet and sour, this brand, and we like a hint of orange to it, so I'm gonna add this. I haven't tried this yet. Some vegetable oil, all kinds of vegetables. These are the baby corn. And then I have a bowl of vegetables I cut up here. I have carrots, sugar snap peas, green beans, broccoli, asparagus, and I have some peas that I'm going to put in it too. Now, I've adjusted this for my family, but if I was going to make this for myself, I would add everything. Water chestnuts are one of my favorite things to add. My family doesn't like it. Onions, peppers, mushrooms, daikon, bok choy, regular corn. I would just add everything. So the thing we're going to do is pre-cook some of those veggies because they need to be cooked a little bit. In the stir fry, I feel like they don't cook enough. So you can either steam them for a few minutes, or actually we're going to steam them, but we're going to steam them in the frying pan with the lid rather than in a steamer. So I have this frying pan here, it's the biggest one I have, and I have it turned up to high, and what I'm going to do is let the pan get nice and hot, and then we're going to add a very little bit of water to create steam, put our veggies in, and cover it and let it go for a few minutes. I'm making chicken stir fry. So earlier I baked some chicken, just regular chicken breast, and I just put it in this pan and cover it with foil so that it steams, so it stays nice and moist. I just use olive oil, white wine, and garlic and herb seasoning. It's the Mrs. Dash, and we'll cut that up later. And my family can never make up their minds, so we have rice and noodles that we are going to have with it. Here's the noodles. This is the first time using these ones. The store didn't have the ones I usually buy, so we're going to try those out. Let's see if our pan's hot enough yet. Alright, so we're going to add maybe 2 tablespoons of water. We're going to put our hardest vegetables in first, so that's the carrots. You know what? I'm just going to put it all in. Forget it. Just throw it all in there. Now if you're doing mushrooms or onions or peppers, you don't have to pre-cook that stuff. Cover it up. We'll let it steam and get a little more tender before we start stir frying it. A couple other things that I do is rinse off the corn. Anything in the can I usually put in a strainer and rinse with cold water. And then with the sugar snap peas, these have this string on them that when you're chewing or trying to eat them, it's very annoying and it like gets caught in your throat. So you just take your knife, don't look at my nails, you just take your knife and you go right here and you pull this way, see that? And that gets rid of the string. Sometimes I do it to the back too, but these ones were pretty good, so they didn't need it. Just put your knife right there. Sometimes you can't get it. Go to the other side, try it there, you can't get it there. Then you say screw it. Happens often. There, oh, we got a little one there. Eesh. Let's try this one. There we go. Then I just cut them in half and throw them in the pan. Well, I washed them first. Yeah, you want to get rid of those strings. I believe you can actually buy these without the strings. Like I think they say it if you buy them packaged. I think I bought these ones loose. But if you buy the packaged ones, on the package it will say if they have the string in them or not. Sometimes you can find them with no strings. So we have this on high, and I just added all of the water that was in this cup. You just want to add enough water so that it doesn't burn on the bottom and it creates a nice steam. See the lid? You can see it's got steam, condensation, whatever the heck you want to call it. There we go. Our veggies are cooked almost halfway. Actually, yeah, about halfway. I had to add more water once, and they went for about maybe 6 minutes, maybe a little bit less. No, I think about 6 minutes. So I'm going to strain them. So I just strained the veggies to get all the water out. I'm eating a carrot. I'm going to throw them right in my bowl. I know a lot of people don't make stir fry like this. They just turn up the pan really high and throw it in the oil, but it just does not seem to work for me that way. The veggies are never cooked enough. So, there we go. Actually, I'm going to lay that out. I'm not ready to cook it yet because everybody's not home for dinner yet. So I'm going to lay that out on a, let me see, cookie sheet. Because I don't want the veggies to keep cooking, so this way they'll cool down. And they won't continue to cook. We could rinse them in cold water, but I don't want waterlogged veggies, so there we go. Now when I'm ready to cook them, I'll show you guys the next step. I'm going to add our peas to that too. They're frozen peas. I don't want to forget to add them, so I'm just going to add them to this now. Whoa, one just went shooting across the house. This will actually help to cool it down too. Stops cooking. Alright, I'm ready to start cooking the rest of this now, or finishing cooking it. I have some vegetable oil. Just gonna do about 2 tablespoons. I have it on almost turned all the way up, so it's on high, but not all the way. I'm going to let that get nice and hot. Actually, I'm going to turn it down to medium. Now that our oil got hot enough, I'm going to add the veggies back in. And I have the chicken sitting over here that I'll slice right towards the end. So we're just going to let this finish cooking in here and get a little crisp, I guess. We'll let that go for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to add the sauce. Smells good. Definitely needs some corn though, besides these. It's missing that color. but I forgot it, so there you have it. I'm going to turn the heat back up a little bit more. In the meantime, I'm starting to boil some water for the noodles, and I have the rice heating up in the microwave. Lots of veggies. And you definitely don't have to cook this the way that I did with steaming it. You can just add the oil and turn it up really high and then cover it, let it cook like that, but I just like it cooked, pre-cooking the veggies. I just think it makes it better. Now we should add some garlic to it. My wonderful friend Marisa went to a garlic festival and brought me back all different types of garlic. So I'm going to use this one. I believe it is, which one am I using? Vietnamese garlic. These things are pretty neat. I think I actually found this one right at the dollar store for $1. It's not the greatest, I mean, you know, it was $1. But it does the job. Put the garlic in there. And let that go a little bit. Smells good. So the more you stir it, the more you're going to break up your broccoli, you know, see, like I have. I don't know, it's not really a big deal. But if you want it to stay intact, I wouldn't mess with it that much. That's been going for about 5 minutes. I'm going to turn it back down to medium. I'm going to add a bottle of stir-fry sauce that I have. This is the sweet and sour. We like to do teriyaki too. That's a favorite. But we just tried the sweet and sour recently and really liked it. And I'm going to add the orange ginger sauce. And I turned it down so that the sauce doesn't all cook out. I want it to hang around in there. I'm actually going to turn it down to low now and get our chicken in there. Take a couple pieces, maybe 3. Well, these are pretty big actually. Let's see what we have here. I let these cool off for a long time, but they're still steaming. Nice and juicy and tender. It's from keeping it covered when it was cooking. Just slice it into pieces and add it into the pan. I think that is about all we are fitting in this pan. So I turned it down even lower, and I'm just going to let it kind of hang around here until we're ready to put it on the noodles or rice, whatever everybody chooses to have. That's pretty much it. We have cooked veggies, And nice and tender chicken. Lots of sauce. Our water's boiling, so we're going to add these noodles. I've never tried these before, so I can't tell you guys if they're any good. I think they're just like lo mein noodles, so I'm going to cook 2 packages of them. It says we only have to boil them for 3 minutes, so try to separate them, let the water come back up to a boil, and then give it about 3 minutes. The noodles are all done. So because my family can't decide whether they want noodles or rice all the time, I just make both. So I'm going to take some of the noodles and put that in one bowl, and then I'll put the rice in another bowl and put some of the stir fry on top of it, so that the noodles don't get all sticky and stuff. It's all ready to go. Alright, let's try this again. I was putting the noodles in the bowl and they were like extremely sticky, so I looked at the back of the package and it says you're actually supposed to rinse them. So I took them back and rinsed them in warm water, and now they're much easier to handle. That's what happens when you don't read the back of the package. I read part of it and then I just assume. Looks like spaghetti, right? Yummy. Alright. I'm just going to take some of the stir fry and put it on top of the noodles so that the noodles have the sauce and it stays yummy. There's so many different stir fries and so many different ways to make it. This is just one of the ways that we like it. Like I was saying, we really like the teriyaki stir fry. And if I was making it just for me, it would be loaded with all kinds of things. But this is one of the ways that we make it! Sorry guys, I had to get that in. Doesn't that look nice? Alright, there we go, all done. There's the noodles, and there's the rice. And that's Brooke. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed. This will be on my dinner menu plan that you guys said you wanted me to do. So I actually posted the first one to my blog last night. Yeah. And you can get to it just by going to my main YouTube channel, and there's a little bee there. You click on that and it will take you to it.